Yo, what up? We're just going to do a real quick little thing on how I use frequency separation. That's not it. Let's go to Photoshop. Cut that down a bit. Okay. So boom, boom, double up the layers. We're not going to talk about how to set it up, but we'll just do that real quick. White image. Okay. So I like to go in with the clone stamp and make my brush somewhere around here, medium hard, and a flow of around 10%, opacity at 100. And then you got to get all up in it, and anywhere there's a flawed area, click next to it. So, I'm on current and below. I need to be on current layer. Okay. Now you just pick a little spot right next to it. And you just slowly go through, and you keep resampling, and you just slowly get rid of the flaws. A little bit of that. And if you do this very meticulously and click right next to the problem area and fix it, on that low flow you could just kind of keep painting over it instead of the opacity. It's like every time you roll your scroll over it, it's gonna get darker and darker, like as if you were actually using a colored pencil on paper. Like every time you stroke it, it's gonna get darker, right? And that's what the flow does. Instead of the opacity, it only gets you to a certain point, and then you have to pick up the pen and do it again to make it darker or have it affect it more. You know what I mean? And this guy doesn't have bad skin, but we're just going to do a little bit just to show. And you just keep resampling next to that areas, because we want to keep what he looks like. We want to keep the integrity of the skin. We want to make sure we're sampling skin from the same area so it looks the same. So you're not getting this like weird uniform skin texture the same across the face. I see it so much and it just doesn't look natural. So that's what I do. I don't even touch the bottom layer. I know you can throw like a blank in between there and play with your colors and use a brush with color and stuff like that, but honestly I just do this for the flaws, and everything else I fix with dodge and burn using curves. And that's, you know, that's part of him right there, so we're not going to get rid of that, but we just barely lightened it a little bit. Little blackheads. I try to like basically, you know, if it's there for life on them, then I try and keep it, or at least keep most of it. I might soften it a little bit, because honestly a lot of times it's the light that brings it out more, because everything's a highlight or a shadow. And that's why dodging and burn really works to fix skin, because all you're doing is playing with the exposure. You know, anytime there's a, like that little line right there, all that is a shadow. So if you just lighten that up with exposure, you're not, you know, you're just kind of changing the value of the pixel. You're not actually like blending anything, or, you know, you're not sacrificing the integrity of the pixels. So, but this is a little bit more in depth than I would usually do on a guy with skin like this. But this, to me, is how you get good results without it looking like crazy and fake, and like, you know, you take these badass cameras and badass lenses and take these pictures, and then you just fucking destroy it with some weird texture. So anyways, that's it. Cool. Peace.